Howdy and aloha. Welcome to Manata. The earth and you are ohana. We hope you stay and talk.
Howdy and aloha, everyone. It's James Montauk. Yeah, I had played a terrible game of golf today. It was just terrible. Oh my gosh. I get out there, me and my buddy, Eddie, and then Andy and his kid, Zach, show up. Big kid, strong. Just, I don't know what it was. I just couldn't. I usually warm up the day before and, kind of get my drives right and things right. But, man, it wasn't a good day on the course. I mean, I had a few good shots here and there that, are impressive. But usually it's more consistent. But anyway, thank you for being here. It is 4/14/2025. That's April 14th, 2025. And I think the question everybody's wondering right now, and I can sense the frustration, and it's pretty much everywhere, is the cabinet of the Trump administration and why I voted for Trump. And I believed I made the way better choice. But they seem to be dragging ass when it comes to what they were going to deliver, or most of them talked about. And from what I can see, I'm just not seeing much. I mean, if you go here to the White House and you look up all the stuff that they, the issues, you don't want them to be issues. You want them to be resolved. You know what I mean? So technology, innovation, that's always good. Elon Musk is part of that. Economy is getting a little bit better. Energy, of course. National security, definitely better. Not too big about Palestine. I'm just not. For God's sakes, and the whole thing in Yemen is just getting way out of control. But, the guy's flexing. I don't know what else to tell you. He's just saying, well, look, if you're not going to let people go through there and pirate the area, because that's basically what the Yemen and the Houthis are doing. I mean, I've looked into it. I've read all the articles on both sides of the aisle, and my summation is it's been abused, and only certain people are allowed through there, and that's where Trump wants trade to be open. But he doesn't want it with China when they're charging giant tariffs and we're giving them maybe a tenth or a fraction of what they're charging. It's just ridiculous. People don't really get all that. But anyway, so he wants to open trade. He wants more innovation and manufacturing in the United States. And it's going to come. It's just going to take time. And none of this is overnight. And I think that's where the frustration is coming. And the communities, I believe, are getting safer. Kash Patel, he was big on talking about, he's going after Schiff and Adam Schiff and a bunch of other people in J6 and all that stuff. Nothing's happening. But as I stated on a few of my shows, it's going to take time. If you're going to bring that hammer of justice down on the gavel, if you're going to bring the gavel down, you've got to have a solid hammer. And it's got to be clear and concise and have all the provable, unequivocal information. And again, I'm just not big on these hearings. If they fucking pull people in for hearings anymore, I swear to fucking God. Excuse me, God. But what I'm saying is just ridiculous. Social causes, protecting women, absolutely. Religious liberty, absolutely. DEI, fucking get rid of that shit. Make America safe again. We all get that. We understand what he's doing in Mexico and the border. Did armed forces. He just extended the border line instead of it being a few hundred yards. He's done it within like a couple of miles now. So good luck trying to get in. You had your big open door The past 4 years under the illegitimate Biden administration. But yeah, that's locked up pretty tight right now. Make America affordable and energy dominant again. I get it. We want to do that for sure. Drain the swamp. Here it is. This is the one I need to show you. Oh, you can't read that. Sorry. I just got it so you can see it better. Yeah, we're just not. People are just complaining. They're just not seeing that swamp. I don't know. Has he really touched the swamp? I mean, parts of it, maybe the perimeters, or just like a section of the woke section and the DI section and the area back in the corner where all the illegals are and all this other stuff. But the swamp, what we want. Okay, the reason why I voted is I want everything to be exposed. Right, I want the transparency out there. It's to a certain extent, we're not seeing a lot of stuff, and people are getting frustrated. I'm actually getting frustrated. It's just like something. But Dan Bonadingo, who is an assistant to Cash Patel, said, just because it's not happening right now doesn't mean it's not happening in the background. And you got to take their word for it, because like I said, it's going to take some time. So people are frustrated. They want to see some action. They want to see the J6, Liz Cheney, all Adam Schiff and all these fucking idiots, Pelosi and Schumer and all these treacherous fuckheads that created, instigated, and entrapped a bunch of people on January 6th just to basically distract from the illegitimacy of the Biden administration. And I hope he understands that, because I've always talked about, which people need to talk about and start bringing up, is stop the steal. I was very big on that. If we go back to my YouTube channel, wait, hold on, it's over here. Sorry. And we go, oh yeah, everybody, yeah. And I go to my content, I've got 385. This is, by the way, congratulations to me. I finally won an appeal. I've had a few of them for my original YouTube channel that was taken down back in late 2020 or like November of 2020 or December. Yeah, it was devastating. I had at the time over 500 subscribers, now down to 3 something, which is a lot better than where I have on my new channels, which are like 58 or something. And I was saying everything. I was doing everything. I was talking about everything. I've got, let me see, August 2020, that was taken down. Can you see this? Let me see if you can see it. No, you can't see that. All right, let me get there. Hang on, it's not, sorry. Yeah, right there. All right. 385 videos. Right? I mean, all that stuff was ripped from me because I was everything that has come to fruition or was said to be at the time conspiracy theories, which we all know was created by the CIA to put a negative spin on people just connecting the dots for themselves and conveying that information or their conclusions, their perspective out to the masses via social media, which is what I was doing. I was just connecting the dots, and next thing you know, I'm down. But I created another channel that went down. I created another channel that went down. I created another channel. I think that one went down. No, that's an extra channel. And then I had the other channel that I just got off of. That I have. God, I have like 300. I was able to, through that channel, the fourth channel, I finally figured out you just can't. You have to use Fluvid-19, or you've got to say the Cabona virus, right? Or you had to say certain things. You couldn't say, those algorithms out there, like I've always said, were like in the movie The Matrix, the Sentinels that would go after, like the squid things that would fly around in the air or something, and there were big mechanical tentacles, bunch of eyes on the front, like giant squid or something, octopus, flying around, mechanical octopus. And they would go after, in a sense, they'd go after the algorithms through their AI, however they did it. But we're finding out now that all that was done by the Biden administration. New whistleblower came out and started talking about it again. We got some more people coming out and talking about it. Matt Taibbi talked about it a while back. And a bunch of other people. And then Mark Zuckerberg even admitted it. He even admitted that he was harassed, in a sense, almost coerced on many different occasions to take this down, put that up, take this down, take this down. You can't have that. Do this. Which they were manipulating everybody. This is commonplace knowledge now. Everybody knows it. The illegitimate Biden administration was literally telling social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever else was out there that they could get their hands on, or the biggest ones, right? The big three, I would say, is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and now TikTok. I need to appeal my TikTok again. I could probably get it back up, but I need to go do that. Anyway, because I was doing pretty good with that. I had fucking 4,000 subscribers, and then I started talking smack about the administration, and then I took it down. This is late. This was it was like early 2024 when that happened. And of course, they got a hold of it. But anyway, besides, I didn't really care too much about that. But I do think that that's a clear and absolute violation of our First Amendment rights. I'm not doing sick, crazy pornography or some of the shit that Taliban posts all the time, or Al Qaeda and all this other, cutting people's heads and just crazy shit. I was just had a different perspective. I had different conclusions. I was just trying to speak my mind, right? Freedom of speech. And I'm a little concerned about that when it comes to the anti-Semitism and some of the things where you can't say or want to say about Israel. I don't get it. I have kind of an idea of why, but I'm trying to still figure out, and I've sent questions out to like James Corbett, with the Corbett Report. You guys got to watch. He's great. Whitney Houston. I'm just like, I think people kind of know it. Maybe I've got bits and pieces of it. But why are Repiglicans, and I'm not talking about all the Republicans, just the corrupt ones, and why are all the Demoncrats, not all the Democrats, but most of the corrupt ones, which is most of the Democrats lately, why are they so far up the buttocks of Israel? Fuck, what? Look, I know who this, I understand, Islam is a different religion and a different way of life. I understand that, but you can't, it's almost borderline, or seems to me almost like a borderline religious war. It just seems that way. I just don't want that to happen, and that's not what our founding fathers wanted. They wanted people to be able to practice their religions, and you can choose from a bunch of them. You can be Hindu, Islamic, you can be Christian, you can be, Hare Krishna, you can be fucking Mormon, you can, fucking name it. And just do your thing and believe in what you want to believe. But when it comes to human life, I think we need to start cherishing that. Recently, fucking Tulsi Gabbard was giving the thumbs up on, Dave Smith brought it up recently, the liberal Dave Smith. He's kind of talking the same thing I'm talking, and a bunch of others are doing the same thing, but what he isn't saying is what I've been saying recently, like within the past 2 or 3 weeks. It's going to take time. You can't, Oh my God, yeah. So Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is saying take the measles vax now, and he's tallow. What happened to tallow? I'm like, dude, that's the best. I fucking want tallow back at McDonald's, and I want fresh, real fucking American grown meat back at McDonald's, and I want every. I don't want the word organic anywhere. I just want it to be fresh produce, like we used to see. Some of you may not even know this or see it or understand it, but when I was a kid, it just said produce. And they actually had aisles of fresh produce, meaning that it came in sooner. And then the older produce was cheaper. Isn't that great? Now, if it gets just too old, a little too old, they throw it away, which is, God, gee, come on. I mean, I'll take a banana that's got a couple of bruises on it, or an apple that's been something. But, I mean, it's not a fucking big deal to me. You know, my grandfather and I, or he majorly, had an avocado ranch for about 29 years. And I used to work on that ranch periodically throughout my life. And the one thing I remember him saying is, Jimmy, if a bug's not eating it, then you probably shouldn't. You know, and most of the stuff that they have now is just full of pesticides and all kinds of junk and GMOs and, like, oh God, it's just not right. I remember when I was younger, I could bite into a peach, and it would just your water glands or saliva glands, and here it comes, would just explode because of the sweetness and juiciness and just that taste, the nice tangy taste of a fresh peach, grape, plums, just everything. And now today, to me, and a lot of people say, it's very bland. It's very bland. You know, we need to have better soil management. There's a lot of things that need to happen, but we just need pure fucking just produce, right? And produce shouldn't be full of fucking chemicals or geoengineered skies and all this other crap that's actually happening. I mean, I woke up a couple of days ago, and I went and looked outside, and it was a Sunday, and I didn't know these fucking people sprayed on Sundays. And I swear to God, it was just, I saw a streak over here and a streak over there and a streak over there. And we all know what it is. It's not a joke. CNN has done a segment on that they clearly and openly had finally, this is like a year and a half ago, said that they are doing the geoengineering. They are cloud seeding like fucking crazy, and it's still fucking happening. And it's stop. Just stop this fucking madness. And that's why we voted for Trump. We wanted things to just be, and I'm going to say it, 70s again. I want to see the fucking 80s again. You know what I mean? That's what I want to see. Who's that? Michael. Hey, Mr. Mathern, how are you been, buddy? Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, well, I got my channel back, by the way. Congratulations to me after my third appeal or something like that. But I think it has a lot to do with Trump, honestly. Because I know that all my channels would be down by now, and many others, if it wasn't for somebody getting into the office and saying, hey, let these people fucking talk. But at the same time, he wants to shut down people that, look, if you're out there stomping the ground saying death to America, like some of these students are doing, I don't know if that's a good idea. Good. I don't know if that's a great, I don't think that's the right thing to do, right? It's just like, it's just a little too much. I mean, that's like the opposite thing I would ever say in my life. I mean, I'm the guy got out, in boot camp. And the reason why I fly a flag every day, people should know this, and I think you've heard it a few times. In boot camp, you go through this boot camp park and that part for about a month or so, and then they start selecting you to go to these different parts to do in the marching. You can be in the the gun corps, or flip the guns around, or you can be in part of the marching band or whatever. But I get okay. I'll try the fucking flag thing. So I got in the flag thing, and I participated in a ceremony for the classes below me, and I carried, I think it was the Hawaiian flag, the Hawaii's flag, or California's, one of them. I think it was Hawaii's flag because I was a Hawaiian, right? And then the people that select you for the next one are the guys that train you. So they tell the company commander or the chief petty officer, this is the person we want to start teaching for the next ceremony or their own graduation. And I was chosen as a master at arms to train the rest of the team. So I did the exact same training that I was trained prior to that. So after the 2.5 months I was in, or 3 months almost, and it wasn't easy. Back then it wasn't fucking easy. I'm telling you right now. The walls would inside, as you're doing push-ups and sit-ups and fucking burp and just all kinds of, I don't think we had burpees back then, but we had all kinds of, we had runners. You had to run forever. The walls used to sweat with water. It didn't smell good, and fuck, it was just dripping with sweat. But if you were fucking up, you were gonna, there it is. You got to fucking do your thing. But there was a lot of other things. You had good classes in the morning. You had to stay up, and then you had to march and do all this other stuff. But the training I got was through the flags. Is at the end there'd be the circle that would come into play during the march, and the music is playing. The anthem would be playing, and then all of a sudden the flags would drop, and the American flag in the middle would go up, and I was in charge of that, and I held that flag. I held the American flag during that ceremony. It was very, very awesome for me to do that, and I'm a patriotic guy. I'm just a patriotic guy. Being in the Navy, just you get that. Let me just kind of go to here real quick and kind of show you. Nope, not there. Wait. I was there just a minute ago. I don't think it's updated yet. Let me see. I gotta update this. Kapaa High School, Small High School. I went to 3 different high schools. Or did I put it on X? Oh shit, I think I put it on X. Let me see. And the Oval Office sat in silence is also as a terror. Wow, that's weird. Oh my god. Alright. Let's go to profile. What was it here? No, right here. Oh, here's one. Oh, we should look at this. I think I'll play that after. There's a lot of interesting stuff out there right now. But I posted something on frickin' Facebook, and I don't know why it's not where I want it to be. And that's not right either, because that's really strange. All this is pretty freaking strange, man. Was it there? No. That's not it. Maybe it's right here. Maybe. Oh, here it is. Yeah, this is the one right here. Okay, so promises made, promises wrecked. Right? And that's what I'm talking about today. A lot of people are really not too excited or happy about the progress of the of these guys. Here, I'm going to show you here. Yeah. I'm going to open that up in another tab. Oh, wait. Tab, there we go.
He was a major piece of the puzzle in terms of bringing people to the center, which needed to happen.
I want that to be this, actually. And I want to go back to this. There's a lot going on. It's weird because my old channel got to become my new channel, but my old channel I got to bring back. And there's some great content on there, by the way, everybody. I recommend you go check all that stuff out because I was pretty much fucking spot on everything and how it's turned out to be now. Especially with the fluvid-19 and the fucking genocidal bioweapon mRNA vaccines. Let me go to photos. I think it's in the photos here. Your photos. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, it's down here. It's getting there. It's getting there. I should put all this together sometime and do it. That's what I should do. I know I put them all together. Where is it? Where is it? Come on now. I thought I can't find that, or I missed it. How strange. Yeah, I missed it. Anyway, let's check on my X. Go to media. There we go. It'll be in here. Oh, God, why does this seem old? I know I've posted a lot more shit than this recently. Let me just see if I need to update it. That's odd. It's just me, but sometimes the fucking information doesn't get to Facebook and Twitter as you thought it would. Like you posted and something like that. Anyway, I'm trying to say. Yeah, here it is. Oh, God, that took forever. Alright, so these people right here. Right? These three. Which I labeled as this is the trio the Dems are most afraid of. Right? This is the trio the Dems are most afraid of. And I basically just said, great. This is it. We're good to go. Pam Bondi, whatever. Pete Hegseth, whatever. But I really wanted these three in because it kind of says make America healthy again, make America safe again, kind of make America great again. You know, that's helpful. Yeah, it's just nothing's happening, and people are very fucking frustrated. But I'm going to go over it again why. And just so people know again, not to repeat myself, but just in case people want to know, I'm going to kind of let you know again what the hell's going on. So, in this article, I write in regards to Candace Owens, who reveals RFK and Hollywood exposed, and this just, we get it. But I kind of say there's a lot of frustration on the direction we are promised by Trump and the cabinet compared to the direction it seems to be going, which is basically away from those promises. And on other issues that we are thankful of and do appreciate, but there's still a swamp that doesn't seem to have been touched nor drained. I'll try to make it simple. And this is the reasoning for it, and I think there's a reason for it. I'll try to make it simple when you, I don't know if you guys can see this. You can see part of it. Let me just make it bigger here so you can read it. Read along with me. Read along. I'll try to make it simple. When you're going after, when you're going after, I don't know where the but's in there, low-hanging fruit on the streets or the dark alleys, that's commonplace and what should have been done for the past 4 years, but obviously wasn't. However, when you're going after a House of Representatives official, a seat member, or a senator, or somebody in a previous cabinet position or in a current cabinet position under the illegitimate Biden administration or even now, that may or may not be a criminal or treasonous or against our laws and against our Constitution, then you've got to have a strong case, a hammer of justice that when it hits that gavel and the verdict is announced, it must be solid. We all obviously know. See, I didn't put that. When I speak into my phone, it doesn't come out right. We all obviously know who the actual terrorists and domestically and internationally, who they are domestically and internationally. We know who they are. Everybody fucking knows Pelosi's fucking shit, Klaus Schwab's shit, Schumer and all these, Liz Cheney and all these people, right? Everybody knows. Everybody fucking knows. These people need to go to jail. Absolutely. Liz Cheney, of course. Know that they've done, but if we know what they've done. But if you don't have the data, the documentation, the videos, the emails, and even the fingerprints or the DNA samples, then you don't have a strong case. They've got to prepare it correctly, right? They can't do what the Democrats have tried to do to Trump. They've pushed shit through painstakingly without, having any sense of system or consistency. It's just been shit, and that's why Trump is the president, because nothing happened. All those convictions or stuff, 94, nothing fucking happened. Yes, all frivolous. This is my perspective on where I believe that they are all at. And they, meaning the Trump's cabinet of justice warriors, I call them, right? So I call these people right here the justice warriors. Here's the justice warriors right here. That's what I call them, the justice warriors. JFK, Tulsi Gabbard, and Kash Patel, JFK Jr., Robert F. Kennedy Jr., I meant to say. Yeah, so let me just go back to here. So anyway, if as I go back to this, let's just kind of finish up on it. It could take close to a year to prepare the world for the January 6th scam. It could take a year to bring the most corrupt and criminal congressional seats to actual justice. It could take a year to bring past presidents or cabinet members to justice as well. They also don't want to alert or pre-warn, which makes sense too. You don't want to kind of tell them what they're doing. You don't, when you're playing chess and even checkers, you don't want to say, by the way, I think I'm going to move over there. And the guy's like, what are you saying? Dude, you're fucking telling me what you're doing before you fucking do it. Don't fucking do that. Right? So that they don't want to do that. So it might come as a big fucking surprise. It might come as just a blanket of arrests, which I'm hoping and praying for, to the people that have been stealing money from us, our tax dollars. have done some heinous thing, the child trafficking, it's on and on and on. And this whole climate fucking scam thing, oh my God. You don't want them to know ahead of time and hope and pray that Trump and his cabinet justice orders are going to fucking do the job we hired them to do. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right? That's what we want to do. But if people are getting frustrated, I fucking get it. I mean, how is this fucking lady here, right? Janet Yellen, how is she still around? Honestly. Right? This lady has the audacity. Well, let me show you what she said first, and then I'll show you what she's saying now. This is what she's saying first, along with July 28, 2024 at 12:54 p.m. This really happened. Democrat President Joe Biden administration is demanding a staggering, this is true, a $78 trillion to allegedly fight climate change by funding the World Economic Forum's net zero program, which you know that Biden talked about net zero. You know that a lot of Democrats jump in the net zero. Net zero is a big fucking scam. The Green New Deal is a big fucking scam. Climate change is and has always been a big fucking scam. Right? I can show you. I don't know. Sorry. I'm not gonna. In 2021, I'm just gonna say it. Bill Gates, Mr. The sea is rising. He's been quoted to say that the sea levels are rising at dramatic rates. We're going to be underwater in a few years, 10 years, whatever years. So in 2021, he buys his personal $43 million villa. $43 million villa at Corona Del Mar, California. Right? Not on the cliff where there's some cliff areas, not in the back, away from the ocean, right on the fucking ocean. Look it up. Look it up. He decides to buy this, and this place is literally at sea level. The waves actually crash up against his back wall every once in a while, right? And he's 20 yards from the ocean. Maybe on certain days he's 100 yards from me, but most of the time it's about 30 to 40 yards. And if it's big, it's just, and then there's so many others that have bought property right on the ocean that are claiming that we're going to be drowning in water by now. And this was 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years ago. Just bullshit. It's just, Plymouth Rock is still there in the same spot, in the same fucking place. It hasn't gone. I mean, if anything's gone up, maybe it's gone up, I don't know, a centimeter or two from what I've heard in actuality. But they're also concerned that we're going to start getting more polarized. Not left versus right, but we're talking about not an ice age, but we're kind of moving in closer to that. And whatever. I mean, I'm just at this point where, look, the Earth has been around, the universe has been around for, I don't know, 28, 40 something billion years, 44 billion, I don't know, just a long fucking time. And the Earth has been around hundreds of millions of years. And it's breathing, it's growing, it's existing. The Earth to me is a living creature. We're basically parasites on the fucking Earth. And we're pretty smart compared to all the other parasites. That's all I'm saying. We know how to build big cocoons and big fucking, things like that. And sooner or later, we're going to have to be the wayfinders that we are and travel through space. It's just the way it has to be. We've always been, Christopher Columbus-like type people, but not as brutal as that guy. He was fucking actually a real giant asshole. And Captain Cook, he was a jerk too. He actually got murdered out there in Maui, I believe, by the Hawaiian people because he was being a fucking dick. When you go into other cultures like that, you really got to be careful. You got to really be careful. But what we've got to start thinking in different directions And I think the best direction is where Elon wants to do. And he wants us to fly out into space. I think he's well, actually, I think he's dead wrong about colonizing Mars, because Mars isn't a habitable planet in any means, but it is a good place for us to test how we move through space. Can we get a rocket there in a day instead of fucking, 6 months or 6 weeks or a long fucking time? Can we get it there within an hour? Can we bend space and time? The biggest concern that I have right now is the Hadron CERN colliders, and there's a bunch of colliders throughout the world. And that's something that I'm going to bring up and talk about solely pretty soon after I get all the information on that. Because the people that are controlling CERN, right, are the same people that are connected. I'm going to show you these people. Coming up here just a second. Are the same people that are taking down Thomas Jefferson and putting up these statues here. Just saying. Just saying. These people here, and this Shiraza Sakandra is a member of the World Economic Forum. Right? Ram horns, those are always good. Tentacles, hands and feet. Right? That's more important. What the fuck? New York Times, Manhattan, Yeah. And the person that runs the CERN Collider director, it's this chick. There she is. Fabiola Giuliani, right? Here we go, watch this. Economic Forum. There she is, speaking at the World Economic Forum. Many, many times. Okay? Just fucking telling you. Many times. Look, I've always brought this up, and I'm going to keep doing it until we actually do the right thing and label for the world to see, and I'll be pushing this seriously for the next, I don't know, however long I need to do it, which I did about COVID and about a lot of things to try to warn a lot of you not to take the fucking boot vax thing. But the World Economic Forum is the largest and most lethal and well-organized global terrorist group. That's it. That's it. And I can prove it over and over and over and over again. They have ties to everything. They're deep within the military-industrial complex. They're on every front. On every front. And basically in every fight. They have too much influence and too much control. This guy, Klaus Schwab. There's too much. Too fucking much. NATO's a part of it, right? NATO came around, I don't know, just a few years after fucking Adolf Hitler went to Brazil, right? I heard about it in the past, but now it's confirmed. Hitler was never killed. He was never killed. He just like the Auschwitz Nazi, you got to look this up. They're still out there. And they infiltrated the United States. They were everywhere. And then they went into Hollywood. Go look up the movie Rocketeer. I mean, they joke about it in a sense. They mock the situation. But there was a lot of information coming out back then. Back in the 40s and the 50s. They were saying a lot of Germans were coming into the United States via Hollywood, right? Auschwitz, Nazism. No, nobody escaped from Auschwitz. Nobody, that place didn't just, all right, now we'll let you go. Nobody fucking escaped. Those people that say they weren't from there. They weren't. How would you know anyway? If you came from fucking Auschwitz prison camp where the Holocaust were, and you came from that direction, and you told somebody over here in America, and you spoke the language, and you knew a lot, and if they picked your brain, you could say, "Oh, I remember it well. I was just about to die." You could get by with it. It was easy to say you were one person, but not really that person. Back in the 50s, it was pretty easy. I mean, have you seen Catch Me If You Can? Right? with Tom Hanks and Leonardo DiCaprio. It was fucking easy to fake. It was extremely easy in the 60s, 70s to fake your identification. It was too easy. And they're here now. They've been here. I think a lot of them are a part of the Demoncratic Party, and I think there are a few of them that are basically infiltrated into the. It's just, I don't know. It's just, there's some dots that I've been putting together, and I hate it. I fucking hate it, but I'm usually right. When it comes to domestic and foreign politics, not too much foreign politics, but domestic politics, because I follow it pretty closely. Right? If you notice, I've been doing it since 2017. And I've followed it all very thoroughly. And I'm telling you, there's a whole bunch of them. There's a bunch of these fucking people that are out there. It's kind of a eugenics Aryan nation type thing. And maybe it's together, I'm not sure, because eugenics, the Aryan nation, basically was Hitler. Ta-da, that's where it comes. And then Kellogg's came around. Right? He started making the most poisonous cereal on the planet. There's a movie about Kellogg's and how fucking crazy that guy was. The original Kellogg's. And it leaned in the area of the Aryan eugenicist that he was. Which they made it out to be kind of a joke in the movie, but it was real. Right? Oh, Margaret Thatcher. No, not Margaret Sanger. Margaret Sanger. Proud, wide open eugenicist. Aryan nation type person. Which is weird because she didn't want anybody to have kids, but she had 3. What the fuck? All I'm really saying here is we need some people to start fucking doing the job we paid them to do, right? It's not an overnight process, but we need to see more. Look, I love the low-hanging fruit that Cash Patel is getting from the gangs and the drug dealers and all this other shit that the FBI is doing. Fucking thank you very much. Because we definitely know that the illegitimate Biden administration was not doing anything. I voted for Trump for a good reason. For that reason, to get Cash Patel in there, to get Robert F. Kennedy Jr. in there. That was a big one for me. And then to get Tulsi Gabbard in there to do the right things. But look, James Corbett, Whitney Webb, Jimmy Dore, somebody, Kim Iverson, somebody out there. Fucking Tim Pool just recently decided to go to, recently decided to go to the most darkest, underground Israel Chatham meeting. It's called the Chatham House Rules meeting or something like that. In a sense, he was bragging about it, but at the same time, he was revealing that you couldn't have any cameras in there. You couldn't take any pictures, right? You couldn't quote anybody and all this other shit. And Kim Iverson brought it up and a few other people brought it up. Well, dude, if you were a fucking real journalist like you say you are, you would blow the lid off of this place. Right? And this is where I'm concerned is what the fuck? How come Israel fucking has us by the goddamn balls? I mean, there's a lot of information in the JFK files that connect to Israel, by the way. People are finding that out and they're not happy about it, but nobody's really reporting about it. There's a ton of information that's going to be coming out, and they got to be careful. They got to be fucking careful, because I am telling you right now. They don't want to. I don't get it. Is it the diamonds? Is it the fucking diamonds? And nobody's been in Fort Knox yet. We don't know what's going on. Are you giving them that much time to bring all the gold back? Are you going to create a set of fucking fake gold? What is going on? There's so many things that just aren't really adding up. We're seeing like El Salvadorian president going out there recently, and he's talking to Trump, and he's talking about all this other stuff, and new people in his cabinet doing this and this and that. But there's like questions that we need fucking answered. I'd like to see Fort Knox. I'd like to see the gold that we're supposed to have, and I just don't believe it's in there. Right? If it was in there, they would have said on day one, oh, by the way, it's in there. We're good. Right? So we know that them taking forever is either allowing them to bring in as much as they can. I would like to see somebody paying attention to the traffic and what time shipments are going in and out of that place. You know, and if there's somebody that has a scale that can weigh these trucks before they come in and go out, that would be good too. Yeah, I'm really concerned about this administration and what they're doing. And a lot of MAGA are. A lot of MAGA are. I'm not MAGA. I'm more Massa, make America safe again. No, I'm MAGA, make America great again. Don't get me wrong. I want it to be great. Absolutely. I'm a patriotic American. But I want it to be healthy for sure. So what the fuck happened to tallow? I mean, there's so many things that kind of they're like fading away. But we got to keep this list and this pressure on. That's why we fucking voted. That's why we went through the juggernaut or the fucking craziness and the delusional psycho babbling of the last administration. It was fucking nuts. I mean, talk about just literal. I mean, I've been here on this planet for 61 years, and I've been cognizant of it for at least 49 years of it, right? For sure. And I'm telling you, that last administration, the Biden administration, which I believe was completely illegitimate, was fucking crazy. Just crazy. Crazy in the most disgusting and delusional, naive way possible. And that's why I voted for Trump. I mean, you got to look at it that way. I mean, if you don't see it, then maybe you should check yourself before you wreck yourself. All right. Anyway, that's me for tonight. I'm glad I was able to come up. Mike, thanks for coming in. Anybody else that was here that's going to be listening, if you guys ever want to come on, if you guys ever want to talk, let me know in the comments. You know what I should do is I'm going to put it here. If you want to come on, just say it in the chat, and I think I'm going to do that. Yeah. Matter of fact, let me just do it now since I'm thinking about it. Might as well get it done. That's what I'm saying. There it is. Done. Let's see if that's in there. Like and subscribe. I think I need to put that on this one too. Put it here. There we go. Oh, yeah. There we go. Anyway, mahalo. Thank you for being here. Aloha to everyone.